Hi, teacher. Maestro, no se oye.
No me oigo.
No.
Okay, let me see. Oh, ya sé por qué. Testing.
Yeah,
Yes.
right and clear.
Okay. All right. Ahí. Sí. Background. Viendo los backgrounds. Let me see. Aquí.
Hola, buenas tardes, Mr. Vasquez.
Buenas tardes.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Lupita.
¿Cómo estás?
Gracias a Dios. ¿Bien y tú?
Bien, bien.
Qué buena, lista para la clase.
Lista. Ya.
No pictures.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Lupita. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay, the coffee is almost ready.
Okay. So that means we get to go home early.
Okay. Mr. Vasquez.
Vasquez ya tiene su café.
I'm enjoying my tasteless decaf. We wait a little bit. See who else is coming in. We have almost everybody here. But I think I still see some people. Marinita and Danitza, a new lady. She came last week, but then
Just having problems logging in.
Oh, okay.
Zaragoza.
Oh, what? Yeah, sometimes that happens. I have them every once in a while. You guys see me struggling. It's just the connection, I guess. So we left off on page doing our budget.
Our monthly expenses.
Monthly expenses. With all those expenses, we got no money left anymore. All the money's gone. Pretty fast. And that's not even everything we spend on, because every time. Well, you see, the good thing is that we don't go to the restaurant anymore. But I remember when we used to go every time we went to eat out, it was $100 minimum.
It's very expensive.
Very expensive to eat out.
You're talking about Hundreds of dollars.
Have any of you heard how much the cost for the drive-in theater at Mary Pickford? Is it $30 per person or per car?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't even know that they're opening a drive-in theater.
Yeah, last week at Mary Pickford.
Oh wow, no, I didn't even know. The last drive-in theater I went to is now where Martha's Kitchen is.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That was the Indio drive-in theater. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Uh-huh.
go there.
Yeah, I
Remember
used to go. En la cocina nos los traíamos en el carro.
Yeah, and before you go into the movie, you'll stop at the A&W. Remember, it's where the Andes is now. I used to be
Yeah.
an A&W.
Mhm.
You get your
Your
root beer float and your hamburgers and all the bad stuff.
that we love.
Yeah, I remember that. I even went when they had the little speakers, and then they switched to the radio station.
Uh-huh.
That you have to find the what is it, the broadcast station, usually on the 90s or something like that, and then you will tune it, and then you can hear the movie. But before that, they had the little speakers that you can put on your window. But people started stealing those speakers. So I had to switch to something else. I even remember the driving theater in right where the Mary Pickford theater is now, Barbara. There used to be
Yeah, with Sun Air.
Yeah,
Sun Air
Sun Air.
Drive-In.
And
Yeah.
also another one. I don't know if you remember the one on right off Ramon Road. There used to be another one.
That was right there by where the
Walmart.
skating place is at, right?
Yeah, across from Walmart. That's where it used to be.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
There used to be
Yeah.
one in Cathedral City, ¿verdad?
Yeah, there were two in Cathedral. Well, the one in Cathedral City and the one in Palm Springs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were a big thing. Those back in the still in the 80s, early 80s. They still had them. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I even remember the last movie I went to see on the last. They announced that they were gonna close the drive-in theater in Indio, and it was the last movie. And I remember the last movie that I saw there. I don't know if you guys remember that. Then, as a matter of fact, the guy who sang the theme for the movie, he lives in Palm Desert now. I saw him one time and I talked to him because I knew him. As the guy who sings in that movie. He lives in Palm Desert. Really nice guy. I can't remember his name. He's not a well-known celebrity, but he was well known at the time with the used to be Jefferson Airplane. Remember that group, Jefferson Airplane?
Mm-hmm.
And then it changed to Starlight, something like Star something. And the lady from Jefferson, she sang with him on that song, the song for that last movie I saw. As we're waiting for a couple of more people, I can probably show you that. You'll remember. It will be like Trouble Back in Time. Let me show you here. The Starship was in the group. Here's that song. This is the last movie they play there at the India Theater. I remember that. Because they announced it, so I go, you know what, I might as well go. The last time I will see a drive-in theater. Here's the movie. I'll play the movie. The song, actually, from the movie. You guys will remember this.
Oh, mannequin.
Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. This world that I found is too good to be true. Standing here beside you, want so much to give you. love in my heart, and I'm feeling for you.
Let 'em see we're crazy. I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby. Don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. We can build this thing together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. If this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
I'm so glad I found you. I'm not gonna lose you. Whatever it takes, I will stay here with you. Take it to the good times, see it through the bad times. Whatever it takes is what I'm gonna do.
Let 'em say we're crazy. What do they know? Put your arms around me, baby. Don't ever let go. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this thing together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. If this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us.
All that I need is you.
All that I ever need, and all that I want to do is hold you forever, forever and ever.
Wow, 1987. So that's the movie, 1987. Believe it or not. That's when they closed the Indio Drive-In Theater. Wow, it's been a long time. And Starship is the name of the group. It used to be Jefferson Airplane from San Francisco, but they changed the name. And the guy who sings is the guy that I told you who lives in Palm Desert. All right, let's get to. Let me close this. Get to. I have a shortcut here. So I don't know how it came to be, but it's a shortcut I have to the office. Look at, because I'm not using Google Chrome. I think I'm using because the Google Chrome I have it set up with my school account, and here I'm using the pavas59outlook.com email. So it's a different one. All right, so we left off on the monthly expenses. Okay. Let me zoom into this a little bit here. If how many of you do not, anybody who doesn't have this file, I can do what I did last time, just send it to you in case anybody needs it to to work on it. If you need it, send me in the chat your email and I'll send it to you, okay? No, we're all good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you make it a little bit bigger, Mr. Vasquez?
Yeah, let me zoom in
See
because
it?
I cannot even see it in.
Uh-huh.
I didn't find my glasses. I have my Walmart glasses I'm gonna have to use.
Your Walmart glasses?
You know those reading glasses that they sell Walmart? When I finish, I end up with a big headache because they're huge. I mean, you know that the prescription is not my right prescription. So. Yeah, all right. Okay, so let me just go back to this right here. So here it is. We have the expenses for the year, and we just put kind of like approximate figures. You know, I'm sure you and I spend more on other things, but we didn't list them. We didn't list everything. And this is on page 108. It says expand your world. It's one of those labs. Sign into your microphone. We already did that. We opened Excel online, and we did the list of the expenses for a whole year. All right. Then we put the column headings. We put the different expenses. And here they want it for 4 years, but we did it for a whole year monthly instead. Okay. Okay, so first, once we have all the figures, we're gonna go ahead and calculate all the figures. Says calculate a total for each column. Also determine highest, lowest, average value for each column. So here, we're gonna do that here. And I can't have them on that one. So right here, look at go to cell A15, and we're gonna put the totals right here. Just put the word totals. And then right below that, they want us to do the average. Okay, first average, lowest and highest. So we're gonna type average, highest,
Number
and lowest.
15, the total.
Well, I have it backwards. That's lowest, and highest and lowest. And on the example, they have lowest and high. Okay, well, it doesn't matter, I guess. And then it says, using the techniques taught on this module, create appropriate titles and format the worksheet. But before we format the worksheet, let's go ahead and do the totals here. So, and it's pretty easy. Remember, we can go to the auto sum. We click on B15 to do the first total, and we go auto sum. And automatically, as you can see, it highlights all the section. And all I have to do is just press enter and it will copy that. Okay? Don't worry about the commas and decimal, none of that yet, okay? And then I'm gonna go to the next one. I can copy the thing, but you know what? I like to do one at a time, so that way I can practice this and control what I'm putting there. So here it is. Second one, I move on to the next one. And same thing, auto sum. Me estoy contestando una pregunta. So the next one, the same thing. Auto sum, enter. It's a good thing just to do it one at a time. As I said before, we're not rushing here. This is not we're not racing in a competition. So take your time to do it right. So enter. You know how sometimes like when you're driving, If you're going like a moderate speed, everybody's like rushing you to go faster, and you don't want to go faster. that's how it is sometimes on the road.
Maestro,
Sí. ¿Pudo o no pudo?
¿sabe? Ya me dejó entrar al Microsoft, pero me meto al monthly expenses y
Sí.
me dice que tal vez mi servidor no está trabajando. Pero está abierta el internet.
Pues eso está medio raro.
¿Ya me quedarán cobrando o qué? No, ¿verdad?
No creo. Oh, no. Debe de servir.
Me meto pues y dice que Safari can't find the servers. The servers, dice.
No use Safari. Safari es muy mala browser. Use Google Chrome.
Google, ok.
Sí, el Safari no sirve muy bien. Safari es un browser really that Apple, didn't upgrade. Kind of
Okay.
like the Internet Explorer can, Okay, also here we need to do totals here. Also, I forgot totals for each category for the year. For example, the car category. How much do you spend a year for the car? Here is monthly, and then here is for each category. So we also need these totals. Rent and mortgage a year. So let's do those totals here. Enter. And when I do this, look at, I'm clearly looking at to see if it's highlighting those months that I need, the 12 months. Okay. So I was see, notice how I was doing it wrong right there? Okay, so that's not gonna work. I have to highlight this for the electricity. Otherwise, it's gonna give me an error. So always I have to be aware of that. Here it's doing the same thing. It's because you have all this, it thinks that you wanna add all this instead. So really the computer doesn't know, you're the one who knows. So you have to control what the computer does. And this is a perfect example of that. Highlight insurance, food. Oh, wait a minute, I'm highlighting it without going out of some. And then cable and internet. Check your figures with my figures to see that we haven't right. Maybe, we have a discrepancy here somewhere. And then catch it before we continue other expenses. And then the totals here. The totals, we can actually add this or add that. It should be the same. Yeah, it should be the same both ways. That way and this way, it should be the same. So there you have it. Now wait a little bit so everybody gets their totals done, okay?
On the electricity part, I just don't understand why it's 2055. Let me see, because I have
This one?
I don't know what kind of math. Yeah, because I don't know what kind of what kind of math that I got that it gives me 19,200.
Make sure you highlight this. Okay. It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you click it, you double click it. Once you put the formula, make sure it highlights actually the electricity section for the year. See?
Let me see.
So if you once you put the formula, you can double click and it shows what it highlighted. Like in this case, the month of June, it shows me that is this what I actually have the total here for the month of June. So if you double click on the formula, it shows you where it gets the figure from.
I don't know why. I got 19,200.
Okay, so I'll give you a few more minutes to complete it.
Oh, probably, I don't know. So I was thinking that probably if I click in a different formula, but there's some numbers that they got right,
Just do it again.
but there's
Delete
some
whatever
other
number,
numbers that they,
Jorge, delete whatever number you have there, delete it, and then do it again. Okay, so to get the correct information. Yeah, sometimes you have to do that, you know, just repeat the step. It's easier than trying to find the error. That approach about, you know, redoing something, sometimes if it's not a lot, you know, it's the best approach than trying to find the error, because it's difficult to find the errors, okay? Let's see who's here.
the formula on electricity, it gives me N5 2.N6.
The double click on the formula and see what is highlighting. Look at when I double click on my formula, it shows me what I'm highlighting, and just compare your figures to our figures so you can have the same total.
Yeah, it's not the same formula. I think is the problem. It gives me N5 within N6. So
Yeah, so that's what I was saying earlier. That is, you're adding this too. You have to double click because it was doing the same thing. Excuse me, to me. If I go look at AutoSum, look at my screen right now. Notice how it's adding those two.
okay. So
I adding the two. So what I need to do is highlight the ones I need to add. Because that's what I was explaining earlier, that the computer still doesn't know what you're trying to do. You'll have to tell the computer what is it that you're trying to do. Okay. Yeah, this thing.
so you say double click in the auto sum?
No, one click for the auto sum only. One click only, and then you have to highlight what you want to add, because if it does not giving you the correct one, uh, look at Jorge. The thing is, you're trying to fix the thing when I'm showing you. Look at, don't do anything. Just look at my screen right here. If I
Okay.
do the auto sum, look at, it's gonna try to
Yeah.
add this two. I don't need those two. I need to add all this.
Yeah.
So without doing anything, I'm just gonna click right here and highlight this. And see, now it's
Okay.
showing me the
Got
sum
it.
of B7 and all the range of B7 to M7. So I press enter, and then I have the correct amount. So you have to direct it yourself if it's not doing it automatically, okay?
Okay.
And remember, if you're having any doubts, you can copy the formula. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
basically the
Got it.
same thing. I was just saying to do it so you see how it's done, you know, and if you encounter these problems, you can figure it out. But if it's easier to copy the formula, just copy the formula, okay? You notice our totals for the month is usually about the same, 3,000. Wow, 3,107. Two people need to work in this household, because otherwise, one person working is not gonna cut it. I just realized the total looking for the month, and look at the yearly, it's $40,000 almost. So definitely two people need to work. All right. Let me know if you need more time to complete um, the totals. And then we're ready to do the average. Okay, next.
Ya pude entrar, ya sumé.
Ya sumó sus totales.
Sí, nomás me falta, o sea, sumé los totales del mes, ¿no? Me falta sumarlo hacia a la vertical,
Okay.
diagonal, que diga.
Ah, ok.
No más que el primero, no sé por qué, pero me salen 13,200 y lo sumo igual, en vez de que me salgan 14.
A ver, si le hace double click, ¿está haciendo highlight en los mismos meses, del mes de enero hasta diciembre?
A ver.
Hágale double click on the fórmula y ya le va a hacer highlight lo que es, lo que está sumando. Si es lo
Porque
mismo,
los
si es lo
demás
mismo.
no.
¿No?
No sé, algo estoy haciendo mal porque.
Sí, mire, Alma, hágale doble clic en el total y le va a hacer highlight lo que está haciendo highlight. Si tiene 1200 en todas.
Dice B5, ajá, B5, M5.
Oh, está bien. Fíjese sus totales, tienen los mismos totales, 1200 en cada mes.
Ah, es que en marzo no tengo nada, no me di cuenta. Uy, con razón.
Sí, sí, le falta, entonces por eso es diferente su.
Sí, ajá. Ok, ya. Ahora sí, ya. Gracias.
No, está bien. No cambie la fórmula, nomás ponga las cantidades y sola la fórmula se va a arreglar.
Ah, ok.
Sí, por ejemplo, let's say if I'm missing in July, let's say I don't have that. Notice how my formula went down to 13,200. So if I go back and put it, then it goes back to $1,400 and $400. $14,400. So once you have the formula, any changes you make, it doesn't matter. It will adjust automatically. So that's the nice thing about putting a formula. So don't put the amounts because then it's not going to work if we modify it. Okay. That's the beauty of Excel, that it will adjust automatically to the correct amount. Okay, so we're ready to go. Let's start with the average. Okay, so let's start with the average for each month first. The average is pretty simple here.
Maestro, espérese un poquito, Me faltan 3. Ya voy a acabar.
Okay,
Ya.
that's it. Let's wait. Anybody else needs more time to complete their totals?
Yo.
Yo también.
Okay, pues vamos esperando.
Nomás poquito.
No estamos jugando carreras. Yo tengo todo el tiempo del mundo. No, no es cierto, no tengo todo el tiempo, pero
Pero nos puede esperar tantito.
sí, no, pues sí, de eso se trata. Si no hago la clase yo solo, si quiero hacerlo yo rápido.
Pues.
O, ¿me entiendes? Por eso no está bien.
Y aquí tengo 20 pesos de más.
Um,
60, 70, 60.
Pues ya bajó la temperatura un poco, ¿eh?
Ya.
Estaba viendo que mañana va a estar a 105, jueves a 107, pero ya para el fin de semana ya va a bajar a los 90, 80, a 90, 91 el jueves que entra. Pero también ya estamos a mediados de octubre, vaya. By Halloween it's gonna be cold. It's always cold in Halloween. So I don't know what's gonna happen. It's Halloween. No, I don't think anybody's gonna go out, or at least I'm not taking my son out nowhere.
Do you already vote?
I voted. As a matter of fact, yeah, I got my ballot on Saturday, and my wife and I, she voted, and then I voted, and I put it in the mail. I put it yesterday, and I realized that yesterday was it's a holiday, no? It was the Columbus Day, so I don't know if it was open or not. I just put it on the outside. drop
Oh,
off thing, you know, the mailbox outside. I didn't trust my mail carrier, so I had to
yeah, I
take it
might do.
myself. I took it myself. But yeah, I did both yesterday.
Yeah, I think I have to do it tomorrow. Sit down
Yeah, you have to sit down,
and
look
go
at
over.
the different how do they call them? Those different I forgot the name. It just se me escapó.
Probes,
Yeah, and see what
the
go
proposal.
for. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. And everything you see on TV, a lot of times is very deceiving. So you have to read exactly who's proposing it. You know, like some of those, you know, they say, you know, that is some group or another, and it's not even that. It's usually, you know, so one example is that uh, one example is that how do you call those people where people go and do that? The clinics for I forgot. Look at
Oh
my
yeah, the dialysis.
yeah,
Right.
dialysis clinics. It's not really the, you know, because they say the a nurse association is against it, but if you see it, it's not that really the California Nurses Association. It's like another group, and it's usually the companies. You know, they don't wanna. The point of this is they have to staff the clinics with a doctor on site and clean them up, and you know, and
Because I
like
believe in that proposal, it was they just trying to cut funds.
no, it's not. It's not really trying to cut funds. What according to what I read is, and I don't know if anybody else knows some better than me, 'cause I don't work in the health industry, so I don't know much. But what I read is actually the companies that do the dialysis, because they're huge companies. They don't want to staff those clinics because they're everywhere, and
Yeah,
so they're threatening to close them if they're forced to you know, to basically upgrade their clinics and keep them well
the
staffed and all that.
facility.
Usually they have only, I don't know if they have a nurse on site. They usually have technicians who do the dialysis,
Yeah.
and that's what I read. So I don't know. I just voted for. I read both sides of it, and then I decided on my own.
I think they do have to have nurses because I have a friend that works at the dialysis clinic and
Mhm.
she's a nurse.
Uh-huh. But this proposal wants them to make sure that they have a doctor on site.
Oh, okay.
And they don't want that, and also have their machinery or whatever it is
Renew.
upgraded to the latest in technology and this and that. And, you know, a bunch of reforms to the industry. The industry is not a control, but they're doing it on their own basically. This clinic, that's
Oh,
why they're popped up everywhere. They're everywhere. These clinics, I know, because when my suegro, you know, my father-in-law, my wife's dad, he was on under dialysis for many years,
really?
and now we will take him places, and my wife will take him to different clinics all the time.
Oh,
So she was very aware of that stuff.
I know they just built, well, been a couple of years they built a new clinic in front of the post office for
Yeah,
dialysis.
there's one I seen that one. We took him to that
Pero
one too.
they're
One
not,
in La Quinta. There were some in like a little obscure offices sometimes, you know, in the middle of nowhere. So
And talking about that issue, I was talking to my mom yesterday that we have an uncle in LA, and after he's been taking the medicine for diabetes, that metformin,
uh-huh.
after so many years, uh, people they have issues on their kidneys after that, after a couple
Yeah.
years. So
Uh-huh.
for some reason, he was sharing that in the LA area, I don't know if it's through the government or some sort of a local voting, but nobody is in the pills anymore on the LA area. All the doctors they supposed to give insulin so they don't damage their kidneys.
And you know what? It was a batch because I take more metformin myself. I have to take 2,000 milligrams every day, and there was a recall. some lot, and they say a lot and everything. So I consulted with my pharmacist here at CVS, and she told me, no, it's not this batch that we have. I will let you know. She goes, and I'm aware of that. And she talked to me about it, and then because I told her, that there was a connection between liver damage and the metformin. So I even was afraid. I cut
Yeah.
down to, without telling my doctor, I cut down to 1,000, only one pill a day, and instead of taking two pills.
Yeah.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
we're
do.
good. Yeah.
How do you do the totals?
With the auto sum, with the auto sum right here. You do the total
Okay.
with the auto sum, yeah.
I need to do those.
Okay.
That's what.
Haga uno y copia la fórmula, so that way, we can move on a little bit.
Okay.
Because we're ready to do the average, okay? The average is the next thing, and the highest and lowest. And the average is pretty easy. Look at, uh-huh. I'll do the first one for the average, and then you guys can copy my formula and just copy it to all of them. The average, you have to click on the function because it's a preset formula. Preset formulas, we call them functions, okay, in Excel. So I click right here. At first, I'm gonna click on the cell B16 for the first average. I'm gonna go function, and it brings up this little window. And this little window has the recent ones that commonly used. Commonly used is average. So I have average already highlighted. I'm gonna click OK, and then I have to highlight the what I'm adding, what I'm averaging. So it's all this, all the way from B5 to B14. I close the parentheses, and here it is. Once I close the parentheses, I can press enter, and I will have my total, my average of the for the month on this particular expense.
Can you do that again one more time?
Yeah, let me
And
read
then
it.
and then enter.
And then put the
When you
parentheses,
close
and then
the.
enter. Put the parentheses at the end. So let me do it again. Look at, I click on the cell where I need the average. In this case, B16. I'm gonna click
Yeah.
on the function right here, insert functions. You notice how it says insert function? I'm gonna click
Yeah.
on that. It will bring up this little window here, and just look for average on this thing. It should be right here
Yeah.
because we've been using it. You click OK, and then now highlight what you want to average. We want to average all the expenses for the month. Make sure you don't highlight totals because you don't want to average for that. And then we close the parentheses. Once you highlight the ones we need from B5 to B14, I'm gonna do the parentheses, close it. See, I have the closing parentheses right here. And as you can see, this thing is averaging all this right here, all the way right there. So let me just click it again so you guys see it, because when I click away, se me fue. Ahí está. So see, it's averaging exactly those that you see there.
375 and 375.
Don't write that amount. Make sure you get it with the average. Okay,
Yeah.
always is the whole point of this thing that we use the
Yeah, that's okay.
all right, so let me delete my throw in there. So it's 317 with 50 cents. It's kind of like the average for that. Now the highest expense of the month. For the highest, we do need another function. So go ahead and go to the B17, and then click on the functions again. And the highest means the maximum. It's the same thing as highest, Okay, so maximum, look at what it says here on the little definition. It says returns the highest value in a set of values, ignores logical values and text. Okay, so it's gonna give me the highest value here. I'm gonna click OK, and once again, I have to highlight what I'm trying to get the highest, which is from B5 all the way down to B14 again. Make sure you don't highlight totals or average, because then your formula is not gonna work. You close the parentheses again and then press enter. So the highest expense, of course, is the rent, the mortgage. $1,200 is your highest expense of the month. We knew that. but we let the program do it automatically using the highest uh, function, which is the max. So for the lowest, we're gonna use the min, min for minimum. All right, so we do exactly the same thing. Okay. Click on the function. We're gonna do the min, minimum. Look at what it says. Resumes or returns. I'm sorry, the smallest number in a set of values. So it's gonna give us the smallest number, that the smallest expense that we had for the month. I still gonna highlight the same again from B5 to B14. I'm gonna put the parentheses, and I press enter, and it should give me the lowest, which is what's $30 on gas. On it was not gasoline, but this is gas for the house. That's the lowest expense, okay, that I have. And we can either copy the same formula to all of them, or you can do it one at a time if you want to practice, but it will be too much time. So we can copy the formula. Once we have the formula, we can drag the little button right here, very tiny little button here, and then we can copy it to all of them. So there it is. Well, this one we don't need it for this. We can delete that. We only need it for the months. Same thing for the highest. It should be the same on all of them, because it's the highest expense of the month. And then the lowest expense, it should be kind of like the same, I think, unless we have something else on the month. No. So there you go. There you go. I just copy the formula.
Mine don't come out right. They're blank.
Okay. Are you dragging the little thing right here, the little square?
Yes.
And you have double click to make sure that you have the formula. See, like I double click on the first one, and it's the formula. See, it's the function min, parentheses B5 colon to B14 close parentheses, and it gives me that. So make sure you actually have that formula for each one.
Doesn't have it.
Okay, so that means you put the numbers. Do the formula. Yeah, if you put the numbers, this doesn't work.
Well, if I do the total from 1200 to, I did B5 through B14 for the minimum. And then I did function first.
Yeah, do function first, and then select minimum, and then it's gonna give you a parenthesis, and then you have to highlight what you're gonna put inside the parenthesis. In this case, is B5 to B14, as you see here on. You can type it also. If you type it, it's the same thing. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I'm not let me delete that. I can type it. We'll go from B5, but of course it's easy just to let Excel do it for you. And then colon, colon, and then B14. So it's the same thing if I type it, and if I see, it gives me the same. But of course, it's easy to let Excel do it. It's the whole point of letting the computer do the work for you. That way, when you copy the formula, it will drag
So
to the
I noticed that you have all done.
I copy the formula. Remember I said you can copy the formula? Let me show you like this right here. I just copy the formula. And once you have the formula correct, I can just drag this little button right here and just drag it all the way to the end right here. Not to the total over there, but this one. And it automatically copies the formula, the same format for each one. Look at, if I double click right here, it's doing the same exact thing from E5 in this case to E14. Same thing right here. I can copy the formula to all of them. Just to speed up a little bit this thing, we can do it this way. The ideal is to do each one separately so you guys practice this, but I'll wait till everybody has all the figures done. Here, we don't have to put anything on this too, okay? We're not doing a rush for that. We just wanted the totals for each category. Looking at the textbook to see if they did it.
Please, can you do one total, the number on the top, please?
The average or
No, the total.
this total right here?
Please.
This one, the same thing. We go out of sum, and then we're gonna highlight all this in case it's not highlighted. It highlights it automatically, and then we can
Oh,
copy the formula. So as long as the first one is correct, we can just copy the formula. Let me just delete all this
okay.
here.
Okay.
So let me show you here. If I delete all this, but then I have the formula correct, so all I have to do is just drag this to other expenses and automatically see, give me the total and everything. So you can do just one and then copy that formula to the other ones. It's perfectly okay. All these numbers are really confusing the way they look right now. We're ready to format it. Remember, we have to format the numbers in the sheet so it looks nice. Right now, it's all the numbers are all amontonados there. You know, they don't have a form or to be displayed correctly. If we were to read this thing, you all have a hard time actually understanding the different expenses and all that. So we need to do that next. Okay. I'll give you a couple of minutes for everybody to complete the average, totals, average, highest, and lowest, and then we can continue.
Already, I'm finished.
Anybody else needs more time, or we're good? Oh, minutes. Anybody needs more time? Marinica's here, and Danita too. Okay, don't forget, I'm recording this thing in case you missed the first part. You can always watch the video and kind of like complete it, okay, at your own time. If we're too advanced by the time you guys log into this thing.
39. We had to do the total, average, highest, and lowest too. Okay.
Ok, yo pensé que ya lo había terminado, Lupita. Me dijo, ya está listo. Dije, pues qué bueno, vámonos. No, no lo he hecho, el average.
A ver. I got it. Okay.
Let me know if you, even if you just came in right now, those of you who came in right now and are a little behind, do the next step we're gonna do, okay? The formatting of that worksheet is what we're gonna do next. Formatting of the worksheet. I keep looking up because I used to have my camera up there. Now my camera is down here, so it throws me off a little bit. All right, so let's do the formatting. We're ready for the formatting. Just want to make sure that everybody's good to go. I keep clicking there. All right, so we're ready to go. Look at the first thing we want to do on this thing is I usually always like to do the title first. Start from the top to the bottom. So we can also start with a headings. It depends on whatever you want to start with first. Well, let's do the title and subtitle at the end. So let's start with the months. Look what we're gonna do with this one. We're gonna highlight from A4 all the way down to N4. That's gonna be the headings for each month and the total. Okay, so highlight them again. So you start right here, A4, all the way down to N4. Okay, anybody who's done this before, what are we gonna use here? We're gonna use a cell style.
Title.
The title cell style. So we go right here. No, not the cell style title. For this one, we're gonna use the heading. We can do heading 2 right here. Look at what's gonna happen. See that? make the text a little bigger, bold it too,
Heading.
and added an underline, blue underline. Okay. So again, let me undo it and do it again. We highlight from A4 all the way down to N4. We're gonna go to the cell styles and select heading number 2. We're gonna do heading number 3, which is a little smaller text. Let's see heading number 3. It's a little smaller. It's better, so it doesn't occupy more room. All right.
Number 2.
Number 2. Let's do number 2. I think it looks a little better. In my computer, it looks a little better than the number 3. The number 3 is too big. As the higher goes, the number goes higher, the text will go higher too. I mean, bigger. So number 2 looks more decent. All right. So
¿Cuál dejó, maestro? La number 2?
it's a number 3. So we
Oh,
highlight it, we go cell styles, and we're gonna do heading number 3.
Okay.
It's a little smaller. Look at once we do heading number 3, it's gonna change the text, do the underline, but also let's center this thing. See right here? It says center. See a little, I put a little arrow so you guys see what I'm gonna click. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
It will center everything, every title in the middle of the cell. Look at it. Notice how they adjusted? Because they were set to this. As soon as I click the center, they all move to the middle of the cell. Now they're all in the middle of the cell. So it makes it look a little better. See that? All in the middle of the cell. My December can use a little bit of room. But there it is. So use cell style heading 3. Put a little mark right here so you guys know where it's at. And center. And this is only for the months. All right. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, classes, is do the totals right here. And that one, Barbara, we can apply the total cell style. So highlight the totals starting on A15 all the way down to N15. A15 to N15. We're gonna go to cell styles, and this time we're gonna do the total. The total that's in a top border and a double bottom border. Let me and also bold the text. Look at, see that? Okay, so let me highlight it again. And cell styles, and it does the total. The total already has the double bottom border and everything that we need. Okay. We still don't see the decimals and the dollar sign. We're gonna do that next, okay? So far we have like 2 different styles. The heading number 3 style to the months, and the number the total style to the totals. And already our worksheet looks nicer than it was before. All right, so let's do the numbers really quick so we don't have a mess with this. Look at what we're gonna do first. The first thing you always wanna do in accounting is the first row numbers. They have only the dollar sign. The first and the totals. I have to have the dollar sign. So we have to apply the accounting style to those, okay? So look at what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna highlight from B5 all the way down to N5. B5 to N5. B5 to N5. And I'm gonna go to right here, it says general. I'm gonna click on the arrow, and look for accounting right here. Look at accounting. I'm gonna click and look at what it's gonna do. It's gonna add the dollar sign, and it's also gonna add the decimal places. Notice that my December needs a little bit more room, so I'm just gonna give it a little bit more room. There it is. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing to the totals. B 15 all the way to N15. You guys can barely see my N15. Let me just smart a little bit there. Okay, so B 15 all the way down to N15. Okay, we're gonna apply the same one, the accounting. And notice all this symbols here, hashtag kids column, is because I don't have enough room to display the amount. So I have to fix my it's my computer going really slow. All right, so I'm gonna have to fix my columns because it's not displaying the amount that I need to display. So just kind of like fixing them so you guys see, and you see the dollar sign there, and the decimal. You know what? What am I doing one at a time? I can do them all at once. So I should do that. Let me. This is how I do them all one time. Look, I'm gonna click on the letter B, all the way down to M, and I just have to adjust one, and it will adjust all of them automatically. See that? Even if I adjust it closer, see, it adjusts all in one shot. So let me show you again how I did it. I click on the ones I want to adjust. In this case, B, C, D, and I'm just moving it. But I click on the letter, not on the cell. Okay, on the letter, which it stands for the whole column. Column B, C, D, E, F, G, K, L, M, N. I have them all highlighted. And all I need to do is adjust one. I can just go slowly. So I see that I have all the numbers showing. Not yet, so I'm gonna keep going. So my computer is really slow and I'm freezing. I just need a little bit more on the total, see? Just a little bit more. My connection is just, oh, there it is. Well, still a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, there. So I have to shrink it a little bit so you guys can see it. There it is. So notice how I did it, did them all at the same time. Okay, so the next step here is to do the numbers, the comma on all this. Okay, so look at, for the next thing, I'm gonna highlight B6 all the way down to right here, N6. From B6 to N14. B6 to N14. So I'm highlighting all this section here. All this section. And what am I gonna do there? I'm gonna add the comma style. So for that, I have to just see the comma right here. It's a little comma right here. All I have to do is click the comma style. And see, it will add automatically the decimal zeros. And also will separate the thousands if I have any thousands here. See that?
Just a comma?
Yeah, just a comma, nothing else.
Okay.
I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys see. Oops.
I got it.
Mr. Vázquez, eso nada más lo hacemos como o sea, para saber cuando es accounting va a poner el signo de
dólar,
pesos,
ajá,
dólares. Ajá. Y cuando es la coma, nada más va a
Pone los
descifrar.
decimales, ajá, y pone la coma, si son thousands.
Ah, ok.
Separate the thousands, porque es difícil leer nomás así. Si tiene uno la coma, it's easy to read. Remember, the whole point of this is that estamos, we're trying to make sure that the worksheet is easy to read and it's easy to understand. And this formatting that we're doing to the worksheet does that. Okay. So we're
Okay.
gonna do one more, and we'll be done with this part, okay? And then we can take a break. So let me show you the last one that we need to do. This two right here. Not the average needs to be no, I think the average too is average in dollar signs, lowest and highest. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna highlight B16 all the way down to M16, M18. I'm sorry. This section right here. And on this one, we can just add the comma. I think it will be okay. Look at the comma. See that?
Mhm.
So once I did the comma, it fixed all the amounts here. Now I have the average and highest and lowest. Now I added the comma and the decimals. So now my form looks really nice. I mean, because now it's more readable. All we need to do is let's just do a little bit more formatting on the title, subtitle, and on the categories on the site. But it's already 7:10. So let's take a quick break and then we continue in a little bit, okay? So
10
finish.
minutes?
I have a question when you get a chance. I don't know if
10
now
minutes?
or
Okay.
after.
Go ahead, ask me. What is the question?
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. No, no, maybe.
So when I was clicking on the highest and the lowest,
Hmm.
uh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I fall behind big time because when I was trying to do the highest and the lowest, I don't have the formula. I was clicking and the formula wasn't coming out. So I don't want to break into the flow of the class.
Okay.
So
Let me do one for you again.
there's
So,
any way that I
but you got it or no? Were you able to do it afterwards?
no, I didn't get it. No, I go to highest and then I go to FX
Yeah. Let me show
and
you
then I
here.
go to max.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look at my screen. I'm gonna delete mine and I'll show you. So I'm gonna go here to do. You just have to do one to do the highest and lowest. So I'm gonna go function and from the list select max because that's the highest. And it tells you right here the highest value. So I'm gonna click OK. And once again, I need to highlight what I'm trying to find the highest of these categories for the month. So I'm gonna highlight here B5 all the way to B14.
Yeah.
And then I close the parentheses and then press enter. And the highest, of course, is the mortgage. We can see by looking at the figures automatically. So once I do that, look at I can copy the formula all the way down to December. So all I have to do is drag this little thing. So you notice how
That's precisely
once I do it, just drag it, and it will copy all the formula to the adjacent cells. Mhm. Same thing for the minimum. It's just the opposite. Instead of max, I'm gonna use the min for this one. So I go function min, min for minimum or lowest, and then I have to highlight what I'm trying to get the lowest of the categories, rent all the way down to other expenses. I'm gonna close the parentheses and then press
yeah.
it.
So when I click the max and OK, and then I drag down the column, it never shows the formula. I just have this max.
You have to like it has to be in sequence. Look at my screen how I'm doing it. Okay. So when I go, I'm deleting the formula. So when I go function, I click on this is the minimum, the lowest. It's the same for the maximum too. I click on it and see. Look at
Yeah.
notice how it has minimum and it has the parentheses. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So when I say that, don't click anywhere. Just click on where you want to actually find the lowest amount. So it will be from B5. Don't let go of the mouse all the way down to B14. I let go of the mouse here now, and it has it right here. Look at B5 colon B14. I close the parenthesis, And it's done. I press enter and I have the formula. Now I can copy the formula to the other ones. Try it again. It should work.
Okay, that was the problem. Okay. Highest.
The highest will be the max and the lowest will be the min. Okay, so the two.
Okay.
And don't forget to apply the comma style to average, highest, and lowest, so it will look really nice. Once you're done, though. So we have about 5 more minutes. Let me quick check on my family outside. I'll be right back.
Señor Jorge.
Sí, dígame.
Sí lo puedo hacer como lo estamos haciendo.
Ah, ya merito, creo que ya merito. Estoy un poquito atorado, pero déjeme ver. Yo le digo ahorita, ¿verdad? Deme unos. Ok. Déjeme ver, creo que estoy en el último pasito. Sí, ya. Gracias por preguntarme, gracias por quererme ayudar. Estaba ya en lo último. Ya hice lo de mero abajo. Ahora me tengo que actualizar con todo lo de los puntos, el signo de dinero y la coma.
Oh, bueno,
A todo esto casi no le puse atención porque estaba atorado en lo que estaba el otro problema. Ahora tengo que ver lo del signo del dinero.
primero vaya al rent mortgage y hágalo highlight desde B through N.
Ok.
Hágalo highlight. Todo hasta el N.
Ok, ahí está.
Ok, ahora
Ok,
vaya
ya.
a donde dice General
Ajá.
y luego
Ok.
vaya en Account. Accounting.
Ok.
¿Ya le hizo clic?
¿Y luego?
¿Le hizo clic?
Donde dice English United States.
No. Donde dice Accounting, hágale
Ok,
clic
ya.
ahí.
Ya.
Ya están todos los signos de dólar, ya están.
Sí, aquí está.
Ok.
Sí, ahí está. Y luego el primero dice English United States. Ese le dan.
Inglés. No.
Ok, ahí se puso, gracias. Y luego, ¿qué más sigue? Los puntos decimales ya están. Y ah, y luego tengo que hacer highlight todo, ¿verdad? Hasta el número 14,
Y
¿verdad?
donde está card,
Para poder.
number, ajá, todo eso de 400 hasta la N, hasta la M, todo hasta other expenses. Todo eso, hágalo highlight, pero no le haga el toro.
Sí, ok, hasta la M. Other expenses. Ahí
Todo eso.
está. Y
Ahora vaya a la coma,
luego
donde dice coma.
me voy al general.
No, ahí está la coma.
Luego me voy al general.
No, ahí donde está, donde mira usted la
Sí, le
coma
digo que ya
ahí.
lo tengo.
Ok, hágale clic en la coma.
Ajá. Ok.
No,
Ya.
por afuera no tiene el signo de peso y luego el por ciento y luego la coma.
Ya le hice
Coma
clic en la
style.
coma, pero no pasa nada.
No,
Sí.
está afuera, no está
Sí, ya
en,
le hice clic en la coma, pero no pasó nada.
pero lo hizo highlight todo. Tiene que hacerlo highlight.
Sí, ya lo tengo.
Ok, hágale coma,
Clic en la coma
póngale,
y no.
hágale clic
Ajá.
y luego
Ok.
hágale clic en otro lado y usted va a mirar que ya está.
Ya le hice clic en la coma
Ajá. Ok.
y no pasó nada.
¿Cómo?
Jorge, tiene que hacer highlight la parte que quiere poner en la coma.
Es lo que le
Sí, sí,
dije.
Así, mire,
sí, sí
mire,
la tengo highlight desde.
mire mi pantalla.
eh,
Va a ser highlight
sí,
de
sí, ok.
B16 hasta M18.
No, quiere de la coma de los otros.
Oh, lo mismo también, entonces son de B6 all the way down to
El de arriba, ajá. Desde ahí, ajá.
I'm sorry, N14. From B,
Hasta N, ¿no es?
N.
Oh,
And porque
Oh,
no está-
okay. That was probably the thing. Okay.
And then click on the comma, it should add the comma automatically. Mine
oh,
already has it, so it's not gonna do it again.
a ver.
You don't see the comma if you don't have any thousands. The comma will only show on the thousands, but it will add the decimals. Okay. If you already see your decimals, then you're done.
I don't know. It did mess up all my numbers on total. So,
Do you see the decimal? The decimals, like 300, 0, 0. You see that or no? See, we can tell because we can see your screen.
I just messed up all the numbers and totals.
Yeah, undo and do it again. Undo. There's a, right here, look at, okay, there's a little button right here. See where I'm pointing? It's called the undo button. That will undo whatever you did. Click it so it will undo whatever error you made. It will fix it. Not fix it, but will undo the error.
Okay, okay.
First thing is don't panic, undo,
Yep.
and undo is your best friend. I always tell this to the class. Undo is your best friend because he can,
So the one is the yeah, I'm clicking into that and it's not doing anything either. It's highlighted though.
yeah, click
What
it
is
only
it?
one time. Yeah, don't worry. If you have the zeros already, the decimals, then it's fine because there's no thousands there. So now you're not gonna see the comma at all. So don't worry about it. All right, so we continue now.
Yeah.
All right, look at what we're gonna do here, class. Now we need to do this, the categories here. The categories, you want to do
Okay.
see, we have all the categories right here. They're kind of like plain. We can do at least bold them maybe. No, because it will contrast with the total, so we're not gonna bold them. Now what we can do is probably do the indentation. Indent them a little bit. Look at how I do the indentation. If I go right here where it says increase indent, you see that little button here? I'll put a little arrow to it so you guys see it right here. Indentation, increase indent. Look at what it does. When I click on that, it moves all the numbers forward. All my categories. See that? Move them forward. You see that? Something sometimes you want to do to organize the work. In this case, I just moved it a little bit to give it some kind of effect. See? They're all lined up. They just move forward a little bit, like 1 or 2 spaces. Let me repeat that, what I just did. So I highlight them right here, all the categories, and I click on indentation here, increase indent, and it moves it. Moves them forward a couple of spaces, but it makes them look a little bit more organized. You can also line up the average highs and lows the same way. See that? So now I can, it allows me to see better the information in a way. It's just indented a little bit. Okay. There's several things that we can do to make them stand, but indentation is the easiest one. So we can do now the title and subtitle. The title, remember, the best thing to do is usually make them so it fits on the whole thing. So for that, we have to highlight from A1 all the way down to N1. A1, let me just shrink it a little bit so you guys can see it. Oh, it doesn't let me, oh yeah, there it is. See, I highlighted from A1 all the way to N1. And what do I do here? I'm gonna do the merge. The merge and center it's called. So it's right here, this button right here. Just click on the button. Don't click on the arrow because it gives you more options and it's gonna throw you off. So look at, see what it did? It centered my title. Do the same thing for the subtitle. Merchant center. Okay. So now we can apply a style because they're too small. We can actually apply a style to each one of these. Okay, so I can highlight both to apply the same style to both once I merchant center. So let me undo it and do it again, okay? In case you missed that. So I'm gonna highlight A1 all the way down to N1. Why don't I do both of them at the same time? Look at why. Because see, it can't do it. It won't mess them up. All right, so you only have to do one at a time. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight it. And I go merchant center. I highlight now the subtitle. Merchant center. Now I can do both of them. The style you can apply it to both. The style is no big deal. But the merchant center you can only do one a row or one column at a time. Okay. Highlight both of them now, and I can go cell styles. And this one I can do the title style because this is our title. So we'll go title style. And look at it, made the text bigger, so that's nice. So again, I went to cell styles and I selected the title style. It's not the same as the heading. The heading is for the headings, in this case, the months. The title is for the actual title of the document, which is monthly expenses. I can, my subtitle is not that good. I can put actually the year. Instead of my name, I can put right here for the year for 2007. I mean 2000 and last year 19. Oh, there it is. All right.
So we just put title, or we put heading?
No, the title.
Just title? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for the style is the title style. Now look at another thing that is always good to do on the setting. I still have the A1 and B1 selected. I can go right here, look at class. On the little bucket of paint, you see the little tiny little bucket of paint is called the paint. It's called the fill color. So I can click on the fill color and pick a nice color for my title. See, here you have different ones. And a light one is usually the best thing. Yeah, I like this one. I have different ones, so I'll use a light blue maybe, and then I click away to see it. See, usually what they like to do is apply a darker at the top and a lighter on the bottom. So you notice that on the top I did this one. I can do a lighter for the bottom. Just go a little lighter. See that? Now when I click away, notice how it's a little darker blue on the top and a lighter blue on the bottom. No, it's titled, no me gusta, the year. Okay. What the hell? Sorry. Year 2019. There you go. That's a little better. And there you have it. Look and see, notice how it looks a little nicer. So again, I apply the title style first of all. Notice how it's highlighted. That means that's the one I selected. And then I went and did the fill color. I selected a darker fill for the top and a lighter fill for the bottom. We still need to do one last thing to this file. So I'm waiting for you guys to be done with that part.
which color did you select?
You can select whichever you like, but I selected let me show you here. When I click, it will show me. I selected one of these blue ones. It was a blue gray.
Okay,
The blue
thank
gray,
you.
and then for the other one, I did the lighter one, just the one on top, so that way they look different. You know, it's a contrast is the thing. But any color you like is fine. Some look really nice. As a matter of fact, like if I go here and if I wanted a darker one, look at it. Let's say I want this dark. Notice that my text disappears. Then I can apply a text effect, like make the text white. See that? Notice how I did a darker blue, but then I had to make the text white because otherwise you wouldn't see the title. And here I can go and do a little darker one, and also see here. If I do this right here, I can make also the text white. Okay. So I can give effects if I want to. So it's usually this is it depends on what you like. You know, your own colors that you like, basically. So it makes it just to give it a look. This is called formatting when we're formatting the worksheet. So there's no wrong way. You know, you choose your way. Now let me show you one last thing that we need to do that we did during this module that we've been covering. Okay, look at over here where it says sheet one. We're gonna change that. We're gonna put a title to our worksheet. So I'm gonna right click on this and then go rename. A little window is gonna pop up as you see here. See, a little window. It says sheet one. So I'm gonna change that and just put expenses. Or I can put the year 2019 expenses. Or your name expenses is fine. Title expenses, yeah. So I click OK, and the new title appears. See, 2019 expenses.
¿Lo puede repetir otra vez, maestro, por favor?
See, you right click on it, or you can double click, and it brings up the little window. Or you can right click
On where?
on the tab right here on the bottom where my mouse is. Look at where my mouse is.
Where is your mouse? I can see.
Right here.
That's too little. Oh, okay. On the sheet number one?
Yeah, you can double click and it will pop up the rename window. Or you can, two ways to do it. You can right click and go rename, and it will do the same thing. I usually like to just to double click. It brings it up really easy.
Rename. ¿En cómo lo vamos a poner?
I put the year 2019 expenses, but whatever your subtitle is, we can.
Oh, okay. I type monthly expenses 2019.
Yeah, you can put that 2019 expenses. Okay. And one last thing that we want to do also right there. Look, if I right click, I can go
monthly.
And then apply the same tag color that I applied to that sheet up there. Okay, when I click on it, see, notice how it has a color too?
Monthly expenses.
So I can do that too.
2019.
So apply a tab color that matches your design up here. So if you have, let's say you have a darker color here, let me show you here. If you selected one of these nice colors here.
That's the color I got.
Yeah, if you got that color, and then you chose a lighter one for the bottom, right there like that, then I will apply the same here. Right click, tab color, I will try to apply one of those again. Just to match, see? So it depends on what you chose here.
I got blue and a light blue.
Yeah, let me show you, let me do a green now, just so you guys see.
Mr. Vázquez, el color es el que cada quien quiera.
Sí, eso no importa. It's just the looks that you like. And here, also make sure that tab matches that so it looks nice.
Okay.
Yeah. You notice my tab and my title and subtitle colors match. So just this is just for looks and for you know, for formatting the worksheet makes it look really nice and appealing, you know.
De hecho, en contabilidad en la escuela nos decían que el verde era para lo del dinero, ¿no?
Sí, verde is the most popular color to do the worksheets. Green.
Ajá.
See, yeah, you're right.
Mm.
That's why if you notice those how do they call them? Those ledger books are green. And in the old days when we used to do accounting by hand, um, the ledgers were actually green. It was like a green booklet, you know, and the pages were green too. Yeah, that's funny. I remember that. I remember that when I was 18. I remember I told you guys I used to work at a bank in Mexicali as I was an assistant accountant. We used to do it that way. When I came here, I work at a bank that doesn't even exist anymore. It was called the Security Pacific. I don't know if you guys any remember that bank.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Security Pacific. Somebody bombed the one here in front of the
It burned down. Huh?
across the street from Kmart. Remember that? Somebody bombed it.
Really?
Security Pacific was on Oasis Street in Indio, wasn't it?
The one in Indio, there was one Security Pacific right across from where the auto parts is now. In that corner, that's where it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't know what street is that, but it's on 111. It was on 111, and I work in the one on downtown Palm Springs, and I also work in the one in Cathedral City. There was one in Cathedral City. There were branches. There was a really popular bank. There were branches everywhere.
They used to bank the money for the county.
Oh, that's why
I
people
used
get
to
paid.
work for the county, and that's where when I didn't have a bank account, I had to go to the bank to cash my check.
In open one there. Yeah, Security Pacific. When I was working there, actually, it was bought by Bank of America. Bought it.
Oh,
I was working there when it happened.
so Bank of America bought it out.
Bank of America bought Security Pacific because we became Bank of America employees overnight. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, Bank of America cut down on our benefits, but we had really it was a good bank. We had really good benefits.
Really?
In the old days, people will have full time jobs and all that. Now
Uh-huh.
they only hire part timers. And this is back
That's
in the
what they do
80s.
in a lot of places, even like at the stores. The only ones that have a full time are the managers.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happened.
Everybody else, they're just part
And
time.
I remember from there, I went to work at in La Quinta, the bank in La Quinta was called, what was the name of that bank? Bank, it was on, they only had one branch in La Quinta, that was it. There's this
Really?
rich guy, that set up that bank. It was called Bank, I forgot the name. I only worked there for maybe six months or less than a year because they merged. It happened the same thing. Another big bank bought them. It was, Bank of the Desert, I think it was Bank of the Desert. I think that's how it was called, Bank of the Desert.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yeah.
what about applying some dark colors on the rent, the car, electricity, something so it's more visible?
You can do also. There's one thing that we can apply. It's called like. There's a style that if you highlight this, okay, um, and we go right here on styles. There's some styles here that we can apply. Let me see. This one has a table. See here, right here. See this? Like, let me look for a green style here. Look at this one. The data and your table following format is a table. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm gonna do it in case I don't like it. formulas. Oh, it's gonna ruin my formulas, it says. So, but yeah, it can be applied something like this. Like I think we don't even have to highlight it. Just go and apply it and see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's saying that it's gonna mess up my table. No, wait a minute. No, I have to highlight it. Yeah, this is done before we do all the things we did. I'll show you here. Yeah, it doesn't make me because it says it's gonna run it. There it is. See? You notice how I apply a style? That's what you were talking about, no? Paula.
Well, I remember last time, like we bold just the names here on the column one. We just bolded, I think, to
Yeah,
make
there's
it.
different ways to format it. See what I did right now. Look at it looks
That
nicer
looks nice.
because I applied the same style to all of them. This is a table style, but it didn't mess up my figures. It decided this right here for filters and sorting. Everything remained the same. It decided these colors not in the name column one because I didn't have on the column here.
So you have to highlight everything that you want to change first.
Everything that you want to change. Let me undo this. Wanted to show you. See, but it does make it look a little nicer, as you can see. And there's different ones. And usually you apply one that will look kind of like the one you're doing for the title here. And it has a bunch of these are presets. Look at this one will make it black and a little darker. Look at that. Oh, this is hard to see.
Oh.
It's too dark. But there you have it. See, you can apply those things also. You can do it. Okay. But the whole point of this is make the content more visible. Okay. A light one will do it. You know, if I apply a light one, it will actually do it. One of these right here. Look at this is a very light one. See that? It's not really hard on your eyes. Oops. There it is. You see, that's another one. But and we don't have to do it. I'm just showing you. I think when we go forward on this thing, we'll have an assignment that will do that. Let me usually, you know, on some of these sheets, usually people will put like prepare by, and then you can put your name at the bottom. Prepare by. Usually that's how they do it by, and then you put your name. Put your name. Don't put my name. Okay, put your name. So I will put like a message here, and then usually the date when you prepare it. So and the date we just do this. Look at we go equals. Let me show you a trick here. Let me zoom in so you guys see what I'm gonna do here. The date I put prepare by and then your name, and then on the 21, look at I'm gonna put the date, but I'm gonna use a formula for the date. I'm gonna go equals, and then in parentheses. I'm sorry now, and then parentheses. I think it is. And press enter. See how it added the date? Let me do it again. There's a formula for that. It's equals, and then you put now, and then open the parentheses and close the parentheses, nothing inside the parentheses. And then press enter, and it will give you the date. We just have to format it just to give you the date and time and everything. Look at enter. It gives you right now. So when I click right here, I can go to short date. See? All right. So let me do it again. So you have to do that now first. Put the formula first and then fix it. So again, it's equals now, and then open parentheses and close the parentheses. Nothing inside the parentheses. Press enter, and then format it so it shows only like right here. When I go over here, look at, I'm gonna select short date. I can do short date, or I can do long date. Look at the difference. Wednesday, October 14, 2020. That's a long date. Or I can do the short date. Which is this 10/14, 2020. Well, I think I like long date better. So do long date. And then you can align it to the right, to the left. I'm sorry. There it is. Look at that. Pretty good. I have to type it with a formula. You can actually get it.
No. Ay, no miré cómo le puso el día.
I'm gonna do it again. No. So it's a formula. That you put equal sign every time we're gonna put a formula in Excel. You put the equal sign first, and then the word now, and then open parentheses, close parentheses, and then press enter. I already have it set up so it will do this, but before I have it set up, it will do just general kind of thing. Oops, not general. Sorry, it will do date, but just date and time. So over here, I have to go and put short date or long date. I said use long date to see if it's the day. Hey, my clock is wrong. I have Wednesday. Where do I have Wednesday? Wednesday 14. My clock is wrong. Let me check this. Over. Wow, my date is wrong. Why is it wrong though? Do you guys have the correct time, date and time today? Did you put today's date or you have also?
Not October the 14th also.
Wow, I don't know why though.
The October the 14th.
That is strange. Wow, doing tomorrow.
Es mañana, ya a mí también me parece
How funny. I don't know
October 14.
Wednesday.
Pero no me aparece en Wednesday.
Póngale aquí, miren, donde dice date, right here on the selection where I'm at. Póngale
Ujú.
long date.
Long day.
Haga clic primero on the cell. Make sure you're on the cell. Donde quiere
Sí.
Si lo hace clic en la fecha no le sale porque así dice yo.
Si clic en otro lado no va a salir nada.
Ajá.
Tiene que ir donde tienen la fecha.
Oh, es que no lo tenía también todo abierto. Estaba tardando. Ya dice Wednesday.
That is wrong though. I don't know why it's giving me the wrong date.
Pero ¿por qué sale la fecha de mañana?
Eso es lo que no entiendo. Even that day, that time, look at I'm gonna delete it.
Yeah, it's not the real time.
It's not the real time. That's weird though.
Yeah.
Let me show you. If I put now, close the parentheses, center. It gives me yeah, it's already said. Let me try it on another cell. Let me try it on this guy. Equals parentheses, close the parentheses, center. Because he gives me also the time, and the time is wrong too. Okay. In 2:50, it should be like 2:50 a.m.
I think it's doing, that's why it's the next
So
week.
I don't know why it's giving me that. I'm sorry, it's giving me that error. This is strange. It's probably something with the version, I bet. So let me open my Excel and show you on the regular Excel because I'm starting to think that it's the online version that does that. Let me open the regular Excel. You guys see if it does the same thing. There it is. The blank. Let me see if it does the same thing. So I'm gonna go equals. Now, parentheses, close the parentheses, enter. Yeah, see, it's the program, online program. Look at that. 7:51. You notice how it's doing it right here correctly, but not online. Online, it gives us the wrong date. If I go and put down the short date, the long date, I'm sorry. Yeah. Tuesday, October 13, 2020. So it's the online program. It's another thing they do, because they're giving us a free version, so it has limitations. And this is one of those limitations, the date. Let me switch back to the online one.
Yeah.
So that's strange, but it's okay. Well, it's something new. It works fine on the regular Excel, not on the online Excel. That is very, very peculiar problem. All right. So we're pretty much done with this. I don't know if anything else you guys want to add to this. I think it's pretty good. I like the way it looks. So when we started, we didn't have anything. Now we have a really nice. Let me show you in the print preview. File. Frame. Usually you want to do landscape, so you can see the whole thing and scale it, so it fits the columns and everything. Here's my preview. There, see, it looks really nice. So where to reprint out, it will have all the information. Of course, the date is wrong, but other than that, everything is fine. ¿Qué pasa? So we cancel it. We don't want to. You know what? I have less than 5 minutes. I'm gonna. We have well, one more exercise here. That one. Standard world. Worksheet. So the next one is to do a little research on insurance companies. Do a table, a copy of the table. I don't know if we're gonna have time to start this one right now. I don't think so. So look at for the next. If you want to work on the next one, it actually gives us
An example.
yeah. Look on page 109, please. It says lab number 1, insurance premium worksheet. Look at what it says. You are a part-time assistant in an accounting department at Aileen Insurance, an Orlando-based insurance group company. You have been asked to use Excel to generate a report that summarizes the existing balances on annual premiums, similar to the one shown in figure 2-72 on the bottom. Okay. Include the 3 columns of customers data in table 2.6 that you see on the side. Starts with the Robin Albasco, and it has about eight customers there. Assume no negative unpaid, okay? Monthly balance. Following the tasks, enter the format, the worksheet title, Aileen Insurance. The worksheet subtitle is going to be premium analysis. So this one we're gonna create it from scratch completely. This is a really good exercise. And
The insurance premium worksheet.
It's called insurance premium worksheet. It's on page 109. I don't know if you guys wanna start this on your own, and then we'll get together on because remember this is let's say you this is an assignment that you can do on your own, but I'm gonna do it of course on Thursday, but see for how much you can get at least to get the information on it. Okay, so it tells you how you're gonna start. Look at let me just quickly.
Want us to share this to you, Mr. Vasquez?
Yeah, send it to me, please.
Okay.
And we need, you know what? We already covered 2 modules and we haven't done no testing. I need to do some tests for module 1. I do have the test, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to put them on a site like Quizlet where you guys can go and take the test there. So let me work on that, and I'll be ready on Thursday to do that quick review. So on this one, you just kind of follow what it says. It says enter the format and the worksheet title, Aileen Insurance. So this stuff, and it tells you the cells and everything. See if you can follow these steps, at least 1 and 2. How many steps? It has a bunch of steps, but at least if you can create the sheet. See how far you get on your own, okay? And then we can. You have
What page is that?
This is page 109.
Yeah,
109.
So that will be kind of like our little homework page. In the labs, says design, create, modify, and or use a workbook following the guidelines, concepts, and skills presented in this module. So it's stuff that we already done before. So you kind of like should be able to do it, especially if you follow the instructions here, okay?
¿Va a dejar tarea, dice?
Eso sí, de tareas. Esta es para hacerlo, para que you guys try it on your own, following the steps, to see if you can complete it on your own. Complete as much as you can on your own, okay?
Okay.
Es página 109?
109, Page 109 of the Excel Module 2 section. Let's see if we can work on this, following the instructions. Because it tells you exactly where they want it. Look at it. It says on A1, you're going to type Aileen Insurance. On A2, you're going to type Premium Analysis. The theme of the worksheet to the Berlin theme. We're not going to do the theme. Remember, the theme doesn't work on this version. So you want to apply the title cell style. You guys already know how to do that to A1 and A2. Change the font size in A1 to 26, excuse me, 26 points, and change the font size in cell A2 to 18 points. Merge and center the worksheet. We've done these things, so you guys should be able to complete it or do as much as you can on your own. All right. Any questions? I know. Jorge, you have a question. Type in the answer back. Okay. If not, thank you very much. I'll remember I'm recording. I'll post the recording late tonight or early in the morning. Okay.
Okay.
Are we supposed to email you the spreadsheet or not?
Yeah, if you can send it to me, so that way I can quickly take a look at it, see how you're doing. We still need to do the review quizzes that the book provides. I have the files. I just need to put them on a website where we can go and do the test, and you get instant grade to see how you did on those questions. Okay, so let me find Quizlet is one of those sites that I can use. So we don't have to log in and create an account, none of that. You just click on a link that I'm gonna give you and you can do it there. All right.
Teacher,
Yes.
si se lo tenemos que mandar, tengo que hacerlo porque va a ser el primero. Donde dice share with me.
Share the file, and then on the share you put my email address, which is pavas59@outlook.com.
Ok, pero le hago clic ahí donde dice share with me.
No, nomás dice share, mira donde está el botón aquí. Share.
Espérame.
El botón está aquí, mire. Share. Just click on the button.
Oh, ok. Let me go back.
O en este nomás hacemos clic en el botón y...
¿Cuál es su email, teacher?
Es pavas59. Let me just put it here.
Pavas59.
Teacher, aquí donde lo terminé, nomás dice sign out, no dice share.
Ya lo cerró.
Bien. Ojo. Share.
Aquí está. There it is. It's in my email.
Outlook.
Outlook.com. Se me cortó la O, la cero.
Share.
Outlook.com, ya.
Aquí está.
¿Quiere que le mandemos el de la tarea? ¿Y este también?
No, este nomás.
Ah, yo pensé que el de la tarea.
De la tarea vamos a hacerlo y vamos a trabajar en el jueves, porque no sé si lo van a terminar todos, pues.
Ah, ok. Ya se lo mandé. ¿Le llega en el mismo instante?
Sí.
Nomás para saber si lo hice bien.
Yo le mandé el mío también, Mr. Vasquez, ya.
Recuerden que son instantáneos, llegan así instantáneos.
Mr. Vasquez, can you repeat your email, please?
Yes, let me, you know what, let me put it on the chat.
Okay.
¿Sabe que hice un cuadro y lo seleccioné en azul y ahí se me quedó? Algo que ni al caso, ahí lo van a ver. Me va a poner 99.
No importa.
De hecho, no sé ni cómo borrarlo.
Ahí mandé el email en el chat. Nomás copiarlo y ya lo copy and paste, es más fácil.
Mhm.
From Pablo Vasquez.
Mr. Vasquez, don't forget to check your trash and like last time, I think they sent it to,
Oh yeah, to the
to
spam. It goes to the junk mail.
oh, the junk. Yeah, that's sad.
I don't know why it does that.
Ay, comadre.
Well, it's the truth. I mean, all our hard work going into the junk. That's not good.
All right, guys. Let me end this thing so we can start recording because it takes about 2-3 hours of process of recording. That's why sometimes I send it very late. All right. So thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Good night, teacher.
Good night.
Good night. God bless.
Gracias por su paciencia.
Good night, maestro.
Gracias a ustedes que toman el tiempo de estar aquí. Thank you very much. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye bye. Bye, comadre.
Bye.
Bye, Jackie. Bye, everybody.
3, 2,
Bye.
and